Tomorrow, most traders, they're going to get trapped. Not because they made a bad trade, but more so because they don't know what day it is. Now listen to me. Trillions of dollars are going to move through the market tomorrow based on what's called OPEX, options expirations. And if you don't understand what that means, you actually going to be on the wrong side of the market tomorrow. And being on the wrong side tomorrow can cost you everything you've built up. Now, in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down what it actually happens on futures expiration, why the market behaves differently, and how traders get trapped every single time. So before we go any further, make sure you like and subscribe and help this video get to 2,000 likes. Man, YouTube been tripping, you heard me? Let's think about what you should be doing instead of panicking, right? So let's get back to what happened today so we can map this thing out and so you can see it. And so I want you to go back a few third Fridays and look at your chart and see the same thing happens over and over again. So today we watched the market all day and we saw it start slow. And then it got weak. It was slightly down. And then probably somewhere around 2 o'clock-ish, we saw the market pick up pace. That was random. At least you thought it was. Well, that rally that we saw at the end of the day, what most people thought as just strength or thinking it was continuation, well, that was the market setting their traps. That was the liquidity hunters putting their places in position. And what they do on these days is they know for a fact that retail investors are going to 100% be chasing more to rally. They're going to see that strength and say, yep, we going to the top, we going to the moon, and they're going to disregard what's going on. But it can actually be bait. And more times than not, it's bait. So tomorrow is what's called S&P futures expiration. And this is where things get a little bit different because tomorrow isn't about news. Even though we have 2 Fed speakers tomorrow coming up talking, none of that even matters. It's not even about fundamentals tomorrow. It's not about earnings. It's not about the war. Tomorrow is all about positioning. Not positioning for us, but positioning for the big dogs. Now, who's in, who's out, and who get trapped? That's the key. And our goal is to help you not be trapped. So what most traders don't understand is when you buy an option, there's someone on the other side of that trade. I know you don't think that nobody's over there, but someone is. And that someone is usually a market maker. So let me explain that. If you buy a call, they buy stocks or futures to protect themselves. If you buy puts, then they hedge the other way. Their goal is to keep the market flowing. And here's how everything changes, right? When those options expire, those hedges now get removed. And when those hedges get removed, money moves really, really, really fast. So think about it from this perspective right here. That's called forced buying and forced selling. Because here's what happens. Let's say you buy a call, then the market maker buys a put. Let's say you buy a put. The market makers then buy a call. So at the end of that month, what has to happen is now either they're going to either roll over, they're going to either take profit, they're going to take losses, or they're going to exercise the play. One of those 3 things have to happen. And when one of those 3 things happen, the next thing is that causes increased volatility in the market. So when you see that volatility start to happen, when you see the market start swinging like that, now they're trying to chase down some liquidity so they can be in new positions. And those new positions, it what makes the market go up even more or pushes the market down. Now, as a retail investor, you don't see that. Because you just reading candlesticks. You looking at volume. You are trained to see the thing that you're supposed to see, but you don't see behind the scenes. And that's how a lot of people get trapped. And most traders never see this. Now, these moves, again, have nothing to do with fundamentals. They have nothing to do with earnings. It's all about the mechanical side of the market. Think of the market as this big machine, right? And we already understand that the machine has to print money. Well, in order for that money to be printed, they need new money, they need the old money. And the market isn't moving because of what they see. They're moving because of what they feel. And that's what we want to understand. So let's get back to the end of the rally today. The retail investors, we see green. And I'm not going to say you feel FOMO, but based on what you've seen the last few weeks, you like, yep, it's going to keep going. So now you thinking about how you're going to position yourself tomorrow because you forgot about this day happening. And what they don't realize is they're buying right into what's called an unwind. And what an unwind means is simply this. You the liquidity, family. I know you don't want to kind of hear it like that, but I just got to tell you the way it is. The market does not reward emotion. We know that. It actually uses it. That's right. They use your emotion against you. So here's how I want you to think about it. Tomorrow, you're going to see volatility for sure, because anytime this happens, it happens. You're going to see moves, fast moves. You're going to see breakouts. You're going to see some reversals. You're going to see a lot of stuff going on. Don't get caught in the whiplash like everybody else does. It's not a normal trading day. This is a day where trillions start to move. So this is not going to be a clean trading day. It's also a positioning day. So I want you to think about it. Let's go back a little bit and talk about what market makers do and how they make money. So one of the ways market makers make money is like they don't make money by being right or wrong. They make money by being in position, and they make money by volume. So let's think about what that volume is. Let's say they buy 100 calls for $100. If they sell it again at $105, they do that millions of times a day. I maybe exaggerating. They do it hundreds of times a day. And that's how they stack their bread. So they can care less about you being right. They can care less about them being wrong. They just need the spread. They just need the activity. That's how market makers make money. And so again, when they buying futures and they buying stocks, they're hedging everything that's going on. And by them hedging everything that's going on, they're putting themselves in position. Now, nobody wants to lose. No matter how many times we say losing is a part of the game, nobody truly wants to lose. Well, we don't have the luxury of having billions of dollars. So this is when they start to pump fake the market. The market makers, the institutions, they can cause a rally to make us as retail investors jump in the market only for us to be the new money. And when we become the new money in the market, they sell against that. And mind you, they not selling hundreds of thousands. They're selling hundreds of millions. And so we become what's called trapped buyers. So now when you're looking on candles and you're seeing these long wicks, that's people that's trapped on the upside and trapped on the downside. And now you are actually waiting for the market to make the next move. So this is how I want us to position ourselves. This is the third Friday of every month. This happens, right? Called OPEX Friday, Options Expirations Friday. Now, something that caught me off guard today was when I saw a $4.6 billion move on the backside of the market today. I said, oh, and at first I was like, oh, this is about to happen. I see what's going on. We following through. And then I thought about what's happening tomorrow. And I said, oh, they're trying to set us up. And it's my goal to help us not to get set up for that. So we're going to wait out the first hour. I don't care what you got going on. Wait out the first hour, see the chaos, and then calm down. But also remember, we got two Fed speakers speaking tomorrow. That's going to be important. And we also going to be at the whim of a headline. Remember, Trump said that Israel and Lebanon have agreed to a 10-day ceasefire that started today at 5 o'clock. That's cool. We also heard that no ships have now been getting through the Strait of Hormuz since the U.S. Navy had been there. That's there. We also heard Trump say something like China wants the strait to open up ASAP. We heard that. So we got a lot of headlines going on. Stack that on top of OPEX Friday. I just want us to be cool. I just want us to be in position. We've made money. If you're in my Patreon, we've made money these last 2 weeks. If you with anybody else group, I'm pretty sure you made money this week. If you are just trading by yourself, I'm sure you made money this week. Do not go and give that money back because you're trying to be greedy. And that's what most investors do. Now, what I want to do is I want to get on a chart right quick and just help you out just for a second to show you some things that you can be looking for that can help you move a little further. So I'm going to take y'all on my chart right quick, and I just want to show you something right here. So I'm on the ES right now. I'm on a 1 hour, and then I'll go to the daily to show you something. Right, so this is where the futures are right now based on the time of this video. So here's what I want you to look at. Tomorrow, your whole goal is, do we stay above 7,089? Because that was today's high. You want to watch that on the futures market tonight. And then you want to watch and see, does the future find balance here? I'm not even there. I don't want to go to the low. I'm gonna go to the open. Now notice what I did. I marked this at all-time high today. This was the high today. And then I marked the close, not the low. Something strategically different than what I normally do, right? And the reason why is because I want to just see, what do we bounce off opening, today's opening, or do we surpass the high? If we surpass the high of the day, I'm like, oh, cool, okay, cool. But I want to see that after 11 o'clock. I don't want to see it early. You know why? Because this what can happen early. We can see a spike, liquidity grab. Remember, they liquidity hunting, and then come back down and do they find balance right here. Now, you know, the futures market can do a whole lot. So then you're going to go back into your 1 hour chart. That's for me. So we're going to look at that 1 hour, y'all. And then we're going to base, that's all I want to do, y'all. We're going to just look at that again so you can see it. And this is what I'm measuring. If you're looking at the futures, all you want to see is that one. That's all I want to pay attention to. On the daily, I just want to see if it, this is the open. Here's the close. That's all that's going to matter to me. Nothing else is going to matter to me outside of that. Right? And I'm going to make sure, for sure, that that's all I pay attention to, because now I want to see if we can break that high. That's it. Because you go on your ES and you pay attention to that, because the futures market is going to be real volatile. And so you can watch it tonight to see some things going on. Again, I don't want you all to be liquidity tomorrow. I want you all to be patient. Remember, greedy pigs get slaughtered. Don't be a greedy pig. So listen, I just wanted to make this video to show y'all a couple things. I wanted to make this video to help y'all out. I wanted to make this video just to help y'all just understand how important the third Friday of the month is, because it is. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and share this out, man. Salute.